Hello guys and welcome back to another video, but before we begin I'd just like to give a big welcome to all the new players joining our community, especially as we're nearing the global launch on the 23rd of June, and personally I can't wait. If you aren't already subscribed, please do so as it helps me out tremendously, but let's just get straight into the video. So the first tip I want to talk about is heavy countering. This can only be done by a tank or melee guardian. So essentially this is where you see an enemy, charge their heavy attack, and in before they hit you, you charge your own heavy attack to hit them, and then they will be knocked down. Here's a clip of me doing this in action. So for this clip I'm against an Ian boss with a fractured tank and a Mulan. So let's just get close to this Mulan and wait for her to use her heavy attack. As you can see, she's used her heavy attack and I've countered it with my own. Even if she hits her heavy attack and then you hit yours after, you'll still be able to knock her down as long as you don't get hit. But one thing to know is that it does not work on bosses. As you can see, the boss in this case is Ian, and if I try to do it, he stays standing. Why is this a benefit? Firstly, it allows you to stay close to the enemy while not taking any damage. It also creates an opening where you can hit into the enemy without any fear of being hit back. Secondly, as you saw in the clip, it delays the enemy from being able to use their special ability, which can deal a lot of damage, especially when you're versing Mulans or Maleficents. It is also great to do against ranged enemies as it is not easy to dodge their attacks, especially in close quarters. So I recommend doing this as much as you can, but be careful as if you're heavy thrown at the wrong time, you'll actually leave yourself open rather than creating an opening. The tip I want to talk about is special timing. Usually with your damage characters you want to throw that special straight away, but this isn't doing you any favors, especially against healers and enemies with very damaging special abilities like Mulan and Maleficent. Instead of throwing your special straight away, wait for the enemy to charge their special ability, and once they're just about to fire it off, use your own special ability to interrupt their special ability. This is very similar to the heavy countering concept, but this only applies to some guardians like Ariel, but not to other guardians like Gaston. So if you're using a guardian which does not have any knockback or stun, use your special straight away to get them down as soon as possible so you can avoid taking that damage from the special abilities. This also applies to your tank guardians. But when it comes to support guardians, and you want to make sure that you are constantly at 100% health. So even if you have 20% health missing, use those heals straight away. However, it's important to remember some support guardians benefit from different utility. So the special timings are different. One example is Mickey Mouse. The third tip I have is when you're not in the last wave of a fight but you're on low health. The last wave is almost always the most difficult, so you want to make sure you get to the last wave with as much health as possible. So what I like to do is, instead of taking out the final enemy in the second wave, I kite around the map so that I can delay the next wave as much as possible. This allows my healer some time to heal my allies, and this is really helpful, especially in dungeons, so you can limit the amount of potions you need or use. But that's all for this video. But if you guys want a part 2, let me know and I can get straight on it. Make sure you subscribed, like the video, and I'll see you next time.